Morning, everyone. I'm Officer Cruz, Wichita Police Department. Today we're going to start with the Wichita Fire Department. So I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Jose Oquedes with the Wichita Fire Department.
Thank you, Officer Cruz. The Wichita Fire Department would like to remind residents this coming weekend is daylight saving time. We fall back an hour, gain an extra hour of sleep. During this time, we'd like to remind residents to change your batteries, test your smoke alarms, and practice your fire escape plans. Along with that, and make sure you have a safe meeting place. Smoke alarms do save lives, and their early warning detection is very crucial for you and your family to be able to escape in a time of emergency. Also during this time, while we're changing your batteries to our smoke alarms, change your batteries to your carbon monoxide detectors. Carbon monoxide detectors are very crucial to be able to detect that odorless, colorless gas that comes from a dirty burn, and it's very crucial that we be able to detect that, to be able to call 911 and be able to have a gas company detect if there's something that is not burning correctly inside your heating system, your fireplace, or any other type of heating appliance that you're utilizing. Any questions?
Well, are you guys giving away either? I know sometimes you hear that you guys do that. Are you guys giving away smoke detectors or those carbon monoxide detectors?
Carbon monoxide detectors and smoke alarms, we have a partnership, so we do have carbon monoxide detectors and smoke alarms for free for all residents that are in need of them for their protection. So throughout the year, it's not only a specific time.
How do they get them?
Anytime, if you have a need for a smoke alarm or carbon monoxide detector, you can give us a call at 268-4441, and we'll be able to get your contact information, and one of our installers will call you to schedule a time to come out and get you set up for smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors.
The residents that have the smoke detectors that you don't have to change the batteries annually, can you talk, is there anything that they can do to check those out? You know the ones I'm talking about?
Yeah, they do have different types of smoke alarms. Some smoke alarms have battery powered that are basically just, you install them and they are you don't change them out. You don't change them. You basically go ahead and they're good for the life of the smoke alarm. Smoke alarms are only good for 10 years. So basically when that battery pack goes down or starts beeping, it's time to replace the whole smoke alarm. And that's another thing that's very crucial, is that while you're changing your battery to your smoke alarms, look in the back of your smoke alarm and see the manufacture date to make sure that you're within a 10-year window. Anything past that 10-year window, it's time to replace the smoke alarm unit itself. Okay. Next up, have an update on a couple fires that have occurred the past couple days. The first update I'd like to give you on is the East 21st Street restaurant fire. Currently, we have ATF, the State Fire Marshal's Office, and our Fire Investigation Unit, Wichita Fire Department, are still in the process of investigating the fire itself. Our normal policy, because it's a commercial building, to have other agencies and entities come to assist us on investigating commercial buildings. So right now, it's still under investigation, and we're just trying to isolate the cause of the fire itself.
I know I hopped to ask about LT, but there was some words in the back of the building. Are you guys looking at this as a possible hate crime, or kind of when does that turn into?
Because of the possibility of what's been reported of the hate crime, our primary job right now is just to find the cause of the fire, and then once the cause of the fire, if there's any other steps that need to be taken, there'll be other agencies and other departments that will get involved. But right now, our main concern is to determine what caused the fire from the beginning.
This might be a silly question, but why, I guess, is it a challenge to find the start or the cause? Like, is there something in the way? Like, is there just too much damage? Like, what is the challenge there?
Well, the challenge that on all buildings, especially commercial buildings, is the type of the type of construction and the heavy fire involvement. Some of the areas inside the building itself is not safe to go right underneath it because we're fearful of possible collapse. So right now we're just the crews, our fire investigation unit, along with ATF and State Fire Marshal, are just taking their time to make sure safety is just as crucial for after a fire for ourselves also, not just during the fire, and to be able to determine and find the cause of the fire itself.
Have they gotten any closer? Do they have any idea of what may have caused it?
No, unknown. Like I said, it's still under investigation. They've been there the past couple days, and believe they're going back today again. So it's going to be a very making sure that everything is done correctly to try to find the cause of the fire.
LT, once,
Do you know the origin of the fire, like where it began?
No, unknown. We haven't got any of that information right now. It's all with the investigators still trying to determine the origin of the fire and location.
LT, once you guys, say if you guys do, once you guys find the cause of the fire and then you say you move on to the hate crime portion of this, who becomes a part of that investigation? Is it an FBI or what agency?
That would be, I wouldn't be able to answer that question. I think that would be with our fire marshal and along with other agencies and departments, how they would go involved with the investigation on that part.
Where would the investigation go to if it's determined it's not a hate crime, just maybe a faulty wiring or a gas line or something like that?
If it's just something that just occurred, there'll be a report coming out. Our fire marshal would probably come out and give an update on the cause of the fire itself once it is determined.
Can you talk about, I think yesterday we saw some drones. Can you tell us like what y'all are doing out there, what y'all are checking for, and especially since you said some areas cannot be accessed?
Utilizing drones or even our tower ladder trucks, basically we get an aerial view of the building itself, and we're able to see possibly where the majority of the fire was from the collapse or the danger zones that's inside from the heavy equipment, the HVAC systems up top, but also to be able to see if there's anything that's possibly might be that assisted with the cause of the fire that initially started it.
And I don't know if you've mentioned this already, but how was it called in by someone? Like, who was the caller in this? How did y'all find out there was a fire there?
The initial call came in from a WSU police officer that called it in that reported fire visible from the commercial building itself.
Was the fire coming from the roof, or do you know those details?
Initial arriving fire company Station 14 basically reported heavy fire showing from a couple windows, couple suites inside of the facility itself or the restaurant itself.
The officer said he could see the smoke, LT? Is that what he said?
A report came in as fire was visible.
Is there like any way to like utilize like security cameras footage around there to kind of look at that area the night of that happening?
I'm sure that our fire investigation unit has used all the resources possibly to be able to utilize other types of security cameras from businesses around there. So as I said, that's the part of the process of the investigation itself. So they're still in the process of trying to determine and gather as much evidence and information as possible from around all of the areas.
Is there a timeline on when this will be done?
No timeline whatsoever.
What's the extent of damages to the surrounding or the neighboring businesses?
Unknown exactly on the amount of damage on other businesses and suites located in that building, that strip mall itself. Another update that I'd like to give you is the fire occurred at 619 North Terrace last night. We had 2 patients transported code red. Basically what occurred there was father and son was in the garage working on changing out a fuel pump, and they dropped the fuel tank, which basically they had their work light, a halogen work light next to it, and fuel was spilled on the light itself because of the heat from the light source, and it was a flash fire. But some of the injuries were just on extremities, but just for any type of burns, for caution and the safety of the patients, it's always good to go to the hospital and be treated right now. One of the father is a 50-year-old father and unknown age of the son itself.
And you said injuries were what?
Just extremities. We had burns on the hands, arms, elbows.
Second degree, third degree?
Just code red, so any type of injuries, depending on total body surface area, it's we triage them and get them transported for their care at the hospital at the burn unit.
Can you talk a little bit about the proper way to, when you're doing work on your car in the garage, what's some things that you really need to look out for?
Well, time you're doing any type of work in a house or in a garage on vehicles, safety is always a big something that you have to think about. You know, just changing out a fuel pump and not realizing or thinking about your heat source or your light that you have working near you can cause a fire itself. It's just being able to just try to think of the possibilities of something occurring if something does spill, or especially around automobiles, because they do have flammable liquids inside the vehicles, and anything can flash or get to some type of ignition source and can catch on fire. So just be aware of your surrounding areas and use items that are possibly not able to ignite a flash or some type of flammable liquid nearby on fire.
I guess it's also probably a pretty good idea to have a fire extinguisher close by in case
Yes.
something should happen.
Anytime you do a type of work, and even if you don't do any type of work, it's always good to have a fire extinguisher in your garage area and even in your house also.
For that one, do you know the extent of or cost of the damage?
Cost of the damage was about $20,000, and that was the garage area.
Did anything else get damaged?
No, that was just inside. Everything was contained inside the garage and the vehicle itself.
You mentioned their injuries. Are they currently still in the hospital? Do you know?
I don't know if they're currently still in the hospital right now, but I would think that they are. I don't know their triage after being admitted to the hospital if they have downgraded, but as of last night, they were two were transported with code red.
Do you know who called this fire in?
I believe it was the wife or the home family members inside the home that called the emergency and called 911.
What time is that?
It came in about yesterday evening, not exactly on the exact time, so it was later on in the evening time frame. Update on the fire a couple of days ago on 2100 South Flynn. Currently, the update that we received is the 46-year-old female is still in serious condition, but she's stable. Total damage of the house was around $70,000, and that fire is still under investigation also to see what caused that fire in that 2100 South Flynn.
Was she burned? Was it smoke injuries?
I didn't get details on the injuries on the patient itself. We just know that she was transported red, and it's possibly a smoke inhalation, and unknown if fire was impinging on her also. But she's, like I said, she's still in serious condition, but she's unstable.
No
All
one
right.
else injured in that fire?
No, it was just her. It was just herself.
The victims of the fire on Terrace,
Mm-hmm.
are you releasing any of those names?
We have not received any information on the names themselves, and don't know if it'll be us releasing the names. But information-wise, it was just 2 code red patients, 2 males, father and son. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Broke it last time.
You did break it. So all I want to remind everybody is just in regards to the Cubs versus Axis event, it's going to be coming up. It's the Olympic boxing competition between the Wichita Police Department officers and the Wichita Fire Department firefighters. So we'd like everybody to participate. You can go to Cubs versus Axis on Facebook. We've also shared that on our Facebook page. So we'd like to remind, I don't know if you want to add anything, Lieutenant.
Fire's gonna win.
Right, yeah, I'm sure you're going to win. So we'd like to everybody to invite them to participate. That's all we have today. Thank you.